Good morning slash evening, everybody. For me, it's actually really early morning slash really late at night. Today I'm going to be doing a really quick video for the most part on talking about how the crafting and the refining system works, especially with focus for the newer players of the game. If you didn't already know, Albion Online has officially gone free to play, and boy, can you tell this lag is absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? That's pretty much I'm not too surprised, if I'm honest. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk about how crafting and stuff works through your Destiny board and how you use your focus and how it can help you if you have premium. I do not know, and this is just a disclaimer, I do not know how focus is regained for players that do not have premium. For those who do have premium, you will regenerate 10,000 focus points per day. So, what you're going to need, of course, to craft is raw materials. We're just going to grab a whole bunch of raw materials. I don't think I have any copper. Oh, I do. Okay, we're good. Okay. Usually it's more ideal to do this with an ox, so I'm going to grab my ox really quickly so I can carry more stuff, because oxes carry a lot of stuff. If you didn't know that, you should. Now you do. So, whenever you're going through your crafting journeys in Albion Online, one of the things you're going to notice is that there's a lot of options. A lot of options. Oh, we got daily maintenance in 20 minutes. Nice. So, currently, I'm doing plate armor, and that's what I'm going to be using as an example and what I'm going to be doing crafting in this video. My personal preference is plate crafting, boots, and I'll explain why here in a minute. But right now, you'll notice that every single individual thing has its crafting, which means that people can specialize in different things that are more useful or more entertaining in their personal opinion. I like to make boots, and I'll explain my reasoning on why I like to make boots later. But we're going to start by smelting some of our ores. Let's say you're a beginning player, you just went out there and you just mined your first stuff after getting probably killed in Elden Hill around Martlock because people are just assholes whenever it's free to play. You're going to come to a smithy of your choice, and you're going to, you can actually press in to look at a bunch of different things. Like, let's see. Well, they're trying to sell this. That's interesting. I can't actually tell the percentage on it. Does it tell me? Yeah. So, I'm going to craft all of my bars, all of my copper here, which will take a minute. And while we do that, I'm going to talk mainly about how the tier system and stuff like that works for crafting and for refining materials more accurately. I'm not going to craft everything, but essentially whenever you're using a smith that is not your own, and you can build your own on your personal island, if you're new to the game, you should get 3 free days of premium. You should try to get 12,000 silver and buy it, because if you buy an island with premium, you actually get to keep it even if you do not have premium afterwards. Like, you can still use it. The benefit to using stuff in here versus using stuff on your island is that here you save 15% of your resources. On your island, that is not the case. You do not save resources on your island, which is quite unfortunate. The only way you can save resources is if you focus. This consumes focus points, and it helps you focus and lets you essentially save more resources when you're crafting stuff. Or you can use it to improve the quality of the stuff you're crafting. Now, I'm crafting a lot of this stuff as it is, and it's going to cost me 5,000 silver. That's not a big deal to me, but if 5,000 silver is a lot to you, you might want to consider trying to get your island and doing it. You'll lose 15% of your resources, but it might be worth it in the long run if you don't have a large cash stack to actually do this. So the way it works is you have tier 3, 2, 3, 4, and 5 titanium, whatever, bars that you can craft. There is a difference between crafting them and working them. Right now, I'm just crafting the bars themselves. And you actually do get levels specifically for ore smelting. Now, if I can go to crafting, I believe I can pull it up. Yeah. I'm actually about to unlock my next tier of ores. That's neat. Or next tier of ore smelting, which is super cool. Essentially, how it works is every time you craft, you get fame, which will pop up above your character, and it'll tell you, like, hey, I just got 855 fame, and it says you save some resources. Okay, cool. Basically, just keep crafting until you're out of stuff. Once you start getting down to the actual steel part of it, what ends up happening is you get specialized experience. And by that I mean the experience that you get doesn't just go into your next tier of ore smelting, it actually goes straight into a skill specifically set for crafting this tier of bar. And that means that your focus cost efficiency is higher. What does that mean? I'm about to explain. As you see, I just leveled up my adept ore smelter, and I'll explain pretty much what all that is. We scroll down here to our crafting of bars. My adept ore smelter is actually level 37, which isn't super bad, but it's pretty decent, I guess. So whenever you level up, it says you get 30 bonus cost efficiency when you're refining ore, and 250 when you're refining iron specifically. This can only be leveled up when you craft steel bars specifically. And whenever you get extra focus cost efficiency, that basically means whenever you try to focus, it uses less focus per bar. So if I were to do 1 bar, it's actually 21. But for a new player, it might be much, much higher than that. Probably closer to 50 or even 60 perhaps. I could Google it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I guess I could. But essentially, as you level up your specific ore smelting, as you smelt ores, you always work on 2 things. You work on your specific ore type that you're smelting, and you work on your next tier of ore that you're going to unlock. This means that if I'm smelting iron, I get better at smelting iron specifically, but I also get better at smelting ores enough in general to where I can actually unlock the next tier of smelting, which is quite important. But for now, I'm not going to focus just because it's not really worth it. Saving the resources can sometimes be very, very useful to your character. Hold on a second. Can be really useful to your character because you want to save those resources. If you take, I don't know how many hours to gather all the iron and stuff, you want to probably save as much of it as possible, and I understand that completely. But it does not actually tell me how much it costs. It does not. Huh. Unfortunate. It doesn't tell me how much it costs originally, but I do know that if you actually max out this skill for like adept ore smelting, it should, if you max out your skills, it should bring you down to 6% of its original cost, which is pretty considerable in the long run. So I would like to save some titanium, but that's fine. We're just going to smelt this last bit and we're done. But I did finally unlock Grandmaster Ore Smelter, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Pretty excited about that. I do have a few tier 7 ores that I wanted to smelt, but that's okay. Now that you kind of know how the tier system works, or you know how the experience and the cost efficiency kind of ish works, if there's any more questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them as fast as I can. But as far as the tiers go, you start with tier 2, that's what you get, and eventually you'll unlock tier 3, which should be really quick. It shouldn't take you long at all. And your tier 3s require tier 2 bars, and that's the same with all the rest. Tier 4s require tier 3 bars, so it's kind of like a ladder or a pyramid or whatever you want to consider it. Well, now that we have officially gotten a ton of stuff smelted, we are going to go craft for a minute or two, and then talk about crafting in general, why I craft boots, and the qualities of crafting, and focus cost efficiency, of course. Alright, so we're going to go to armor, because that's what I craft. I specialize in adept guardian. I specialize in guardian boots. If you go up to this, you'll see that I have really almost maxed out, which I'm really excited for. I've almost maxed out boot crafting, but if you scroll up farther, you'll notice that there's actually specializations for different types of boots. And yeah, that can be a little annoying, not gonna lie. But as I'm leveling up my guardian boot crafting specifically, I get 47 increase to quality when I'm crafting all types, and 372 when I'm crafting specifically guardian boots. So that's like 400 something right there, plus 61 when crafting all. So I'm getting like about 450 bonus crafting quality when crafting boots. What is crafting quality, you ask? Well, I will show you. I'm going to craft maybe like 8 boots just to start. And you'll notice that right here, it says I retain 25% of my resources. That's pretty good, right? But if you click on any of the other armors, you'll notice I only save 15 until I click on another set of boots. This city, specifically, is really, really good at crafting boots. And you always save more resources crafting boots in this city. And you can save up to 48% of your resources if you're focusing. And the focus cost efficiency works the same way as it does for the ores, where if you craft these boots over and over, you get better at crafting these boots, and it takes less focus for you to craft them. Not only does it reduce the amount of resources you use, it also increases your crafting quality. I'm just going to craft all of them, honestly, fuck it. It increases your crafting quality in general, and if you don't know what crafting quality is, if you click on an item that you've made and you go to where it says quality, normal, item power 740. And then this one has quality good, item power 750. The order of the crafting qualities goes normal, good, outstanding, exceptional, and masterpiece. Masterpiece is basically, it gives up to 100 bonus. So that's a lot of a bonus. That's 100 extra item power whenever I only have 740 on the base. That's pretty sizable, not gonna lie. And there's also different tiers of crafting if you have better materials, but I don't actually have any of those with me right now. I do have some in the bank, but I'm not going to be covering those today. I can cover them if anyone would like me to, but for now, this is what we're just going to be talking about. Now, there's different tiers, of course. I'm mainly going to be talking mostly about focus cost efficiency and item quality right here once these are all done. Items that have a superior quality in general will sell for more money on the marketplace, but they also still cost the same amount to craft. So if your goal is to become a merchant for a type of item, you want to specialize so you can craft higher tier stuff. Like this is the positives to have higher crafting quality. If you can wear tier 4 boots, you can get 740 item power from this. But if you buy a more expensive, better quality, you can get 790 item power from that slot instead of 740. I didn't get any masterwork pieces, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. Or masterpiece works, sorry. Now, if I did, it would instead of 790, it would actually be 840. So that's pretty good, pretty big difference, but it is rare to make them, and unless you're focusing, your odds are you're probably not going to get it. It does take a little bit of luck in just crafting the same item over and over to eventually get one. But if you get one, they do sell for a lot more. Now you have two options with the boots that you make. You can either try salvaging them for some of the materials back to use for other projects, or if you're trying to get some of your money back, you can try selling them on the market, or you can study them, which is what I always do with my tier 4 boots. If you take your tier 4 boots and you drag them up here, you can actually get experience equal to 2 times the crafting experience per set of boots. So I'm going to get 50,000 extra experience for just breaking all these down, which should help me level up a little bit farther, which is what my personal goal is. Until I reach level 100, that's what my goal is. Now that we're done with that, we can start moving on to the next tier of boot. And it looks like we leveled up once or twice in boot crafting, which is always good. So we're going to go to the next tier of boots. I'm probably going to try focusing these. I can actually focus them. Now this would actually probably cost a lot more if you had a lower level, but because I have a high level and my focused cost efficiency is good, I can actually focus, which will increase the crafting quality and increase my resource return rate. So I'll be able to get more for my money with these. You'll notice that crafting takes a long time, and that's not really surprising, I mean, considering you're crafting literally 20 pairs of boots. Something you also should consider is looking into foods in this game, because different types of foods will actually affect your character differently. For example, I believe salads increase your crafting speed and crafting quality by a little bit. And pork or pies, any type of pie that you can buy on the marketplace increases your gathering percentage. You get an extra percentage when gathering. I think pork pies are like 5,000 a piece in Carleon, and they last for 30 minutes, and they give you 15% extra resources. Pretty handy, honestly. Alright, no masterpiece works, but that's fine. Not a big deal. We're going to finish crafting up what we can, and then we're going to grind it all up, check up our experience, and see how much we got, and then we're probably going to call it a video. I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope it showed you a little bit of around the plate armor crafting. I don't actually craft anything else, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be happy to show you different examples of different types of crafting. But as this is what I chose to personally specialize in, I can't really do much for you there. Alrighty, so we got this. That's all taken care of. Now before we run off, I'm going to break down most of these, if not all of them. I probably will break down almost all of them. Yeah, that's a lot of experience. 86,000 experience is pretty good. Cannot complain. Before we end the video, we're going to head to the marketplace, and we're going to look at the different pricing on different types of quality of boots. And also, we just reached level 84 boot crafting, so I leveled up 3 times. One step closer. We're getting there. It's going to take a long time, of course, but I'm also not full hardcore gathering right now, so I'm not really going to be getting a lot of experience. If you gather and you're diligent, you can easily get a lot of experience and a lot of levels in a day if you have a free day on the weekend or something like that. But I just haven't had the motivation really to go out and gather for a while because it's just super laggy right now. Not very fun. Let me double check something really quick though while we're here. Yeah, these guys are undercutting me. That's obnoxious. I can undercut them though. Idiots. Alrighty. So if we go to our let's go to Adept Guardian. Oh wait, actually that's Adept Guardian boots. Oh, I spelled that wrong. And we look at the crafting quality. We see that normal quality costs about 1,000, which isn't bad. I mean, you make a lot of those. The good quality is worth roughly the same amount. The outstanding quality is worth double the price, which is pretty decent. Excellent is worth almost 5k each, which is pretty good, honestly. And the masterpieces, unfortunately, there's no masterpieces that are regular. Actually, there is, but that's really unrealistic as far as the price goes. That's a pretty good set of boots. For tier 4 boots, this is 1120 item power. That's crazy. But yeah, you can see the price difference. Now, granted, these are pretty much outliers because there's not a lot of people who can sell or make masterpiece works. So it's really uncommon to see them on the marketplace, and it's a lot more difficult for people to find a good, accurate price for them. So if you become a master crafter, you can set your own price for your masterpiece goods. Anyway, guys, it's going to be kicking me out of the game rather soon just because we're doing a reset, or just not a reset, but a restart of the server. Hopefully they fix a little bit of the lag. Anyway, guys, I hope this video was helpful. If there's any questions you have, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.